Welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories, hotties, and constant disappointments, naughties. Here are your hosts, Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty. I'm Slice Hicks.
I'm Dwight Slappe.
And I'm Michael Beck.
Fellas, recently we've had a couple of professional sports drafts. We had the NBA draft and also the NHL draft. And it got me thinking, I had a lot of fun a few months ago whenever we had our SNL cast draft. For those who didn't catch the episode, we did a draft, much like a fantasy sports draft, where we selected various cast members of SNL to assemble our power cast. So you should go back and check out that episode if you haven't already. Now, I know Mr. Sporto, Michael Beck, would really like for us to do a sports-centered draft, but I want to be fair to me and Dwight. I want to be fair to me and Dwight and do something that we all love very much, and that's food. So running with this theme,
excellent.
We could do athletes we want to eat the most.
Well, spoiler, that was it. Okay.
Oh,
Dikembe Mutombo is my number one choice because there's just so much of him. And I'll say yes in this house, Mutombo. But no.
No, I can tell these are Sporto jokes. I don't care for this.
So our lives of crime have finally caught up with us in this scenario, and we are going to draft our hottest last meal. We're going to do a 5-course meal. So we're going to kick things off with a soup. We're going to go with, what is after soup? I think it's appetizer, I believe.
I believe before soup we have a salad.
Is that what we do? Okay, here,
Yes.
let's establish this first. Okay, I'm calling the shots here, and we're gonna start with the soup in my 5-course meal, because you got locked up. You don't get to choose this, Beck. They bring the soup out first, then we're gonna do an appetizer, then comes the salad, and then the main course, and then the dessert. So you got that down there. We're going to soup, appetizer, salad, main course, dessert. And
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never, has anybody actually had a 5-course meal before?
I don't think so. No.
I have not.
No.
I have several a day.
Oh. Maybe I should have gone with his order then. But no, we're keeping it with my order. And I guess I'll let you guys kick things off. Let's see. Beck, we'll go alphabetically. So B before D. I know it's using your last name versus Dwight's first name, but that's just the way this rolls. So Beck,
We're using prison rules.
prison rules. So we'll go Beck, Dwight, then me, then the second round we'll reverse that order and it'll go me, Dwight, then Beck. Sorry, Dwight, you're in the middle there, so you don't get the 2 in a row pick.
That's okay. I'm okay.
Well, since I get to begin by drafting the first soup for my last prison death meal, it's going to be lobster bisque. Lobster bisque is delicious and a little fancy. And I like selecting something that I'm guessing some of my colleagues in prison won't be able to spell. I like big time. So the big timing. Some of my my prison compadres, right, is my final gesture there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're never getting this meal because you will be shivved long before this meal is offered to you.
As soon as the word bisque comes out of your mouth.
My lawyer is just going to repeatedly stab me in the neck in court before I'm even convicted of anything.
Hello, fellow prisoners. We now commence the spelling bee.
Or I'm not going to get shivved. I'm just going to get booed by everyone.
All right, lobster bisque is off the board. Do you hear that, fellas? Lobster bisque is off the board.
All right, there's going to be a riot, but okay. My soup, because I'm next, right? My
Yes.
soup is chicken tortilla soup, but specifically from the small Ohio-based chain Max and Irma's.
Ooh, nice pull. Nice pull.
Yeah. Key to this chicken tortilla soup, there are no beans in it. Get your beans out of my chicken tortilla soup. It's the right level of spice, the right level of tortilla strips, and some nice tender chicken. Cheesy broth. That's all I need. But it goes well with almost anything. And we lost our local Max and Irma's about 10 years ago, and I miss it every day.
Good call. All right, man. That's a good poll. But I think I'm going with a go-to comfort food of mine here. We're going to go with some Vietnamese pho, baby. Give me that flank steak and all those spices and that broth, that delicious broth. Warm me up right before they put me in that electric chair. All right, let's see. So that finishes our soup round here. We had lobster bisque, followed by chicken tortilla soup, specifically for Max and Irma's, and some pho, baby. Pho-licious. Now, on to round 2, which I did say was the appetizer round, correct?
That's what you said.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Bring those apps out. So I am going to go ahead and claim nachos in this round. Good old nachos, but not just run-of-the-mill nachos. I want some steak on this baby. I want you to, beef in round 1, beef in round 2. Give me all that red meat because I'm on my way out of this world. I don't need to care what the doctors say about how many servings I have a week. Maybe every round I'm going to have something beef in it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how the board plays out. But, yep. I'm going with steak nachos and put that sour cream on heavy because you know what? I know I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm not going to be here much longer. So layer me up with all that cheese and that sour cream, baby.
Yeah. I also am going to have a Tex-Mex.
Well, now you're jumping the gun here.
Choice.
You're jumping the gun here. Dwight, you're trying to steal Dwight's pick here. Dwight goes after me because
Beck doesn't really know what a snake draft is.
That's true. Mr. Sporto doesn't know what a snake draft is?
Snake draft.
Well, I have so much sports knowledge that I have to go through in my mind. It's hard to find specific sport items sometimes.
It's in fantasy drafts, to make them more fair, you establish a draft order and then it reverses on the way back. So you have the first pick in every other round, and you have the last pick in the rounds between.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's like if you were going to design a system of government, this is what it would be. It'd be fair for everyone. So I'm up, and here's the first controversy. Are buffalo wings an appetizer?
See,
yes.
I'll let it play. I'll let it play.
I can pivot. That's fine.
You know what? It's your last meal. Yes. We'll say that on a lot of menus, they do fall under the appetizer section. I don't think they are personally, but I think enough places you could justify it where it can be considered an appetizer.
Okay. Well, I'll take buffalo wings.
All right.
I mean, if you're giving me the leeway, I'm just...
Yeah. Solid performer. Steal at this round. Steal.
I'd like to issue a formal apology to Fried Pickles because you won't be drafted today. But no, you're always in my heart. I would like with the wings. I also want to make it clear that it's just a classic mild to medium buffalo sauce, a buttery buffalo sauce. I'm not going to get crazy. This is my last meal. I want it to be a classic.
Tried and true. Tried and true.
May I say my appetizer now?
Please. It is your turn. You are on the clock.
I would like the jalapeno poppers that my wife makes. So these are jalapenos cut in half lengthwise, stuffed with cream cheese, wrapped in bacon, and then put into the oven. So they're not like a deep fried. They're healthy this way. They're healthy.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite appetizers. Coco also loves them. We don't feed them to Coco, but our dog Coco has eaten them before, and I thought it would really result in messy tragedy for everyone. But nope, she just enjoyed that delicious jalapeno popper, or maybe two that she ate.
That's how healthy they are. Didn't even make Coco sick.
Yeah, that's how healthy they are.
Solid choice. Some homegrown right there. Well, Beck, it's you again. Now you get to pick 2 in a row with that position. Now
Yes.
you're moving us into the salad territory.
Yes, and now I'm truly going to be the king of Tex-Mex cuisine, because I'm following jalapeno poppers for my salad, taco salad. And this is another dish that my wife prepares. We have been having taco salad like once a week for, I don't know, the past 2 years, maybe, maybe longer. We've really been, this is a very specific taco salad. It is made with locally grown lettuce from our CSA, community supported agriculture. It is made with chips that she makes from our high fiber tortillas. High fiber cannot emphasize enough the value of high fiber. Other middle-aged guys listening to the show, and also and I've gone back and forth on this. We've been making it with a delicious meat substitute, beef. And I've thought
Say
about
that again, please. What is beef?
Beef.
Yeah.
It's what's for dinner.
It's what's for dinner? ? And I've gone back because it is my last meal. But I'm also, for a variety of both health and ethical reasons, I'm trying to reduce the amount of animal protein I consume. And I think I want to go into the afterlife after being executed for some monstrous crime. I want to go in with with good vibes. So I'm going to have the beef with my taco
Nice.
salad. And of course,
Okay.
there are also like various peppers and tomatoes and spices and things that go into it as well. And of course, heavy on both the guacamole and the sour cream.
At this point, I'm sort of glad you're dying, because I can't believe you picked beef. Am I still pronouncing that correctly? Beef?
I mean,
I think it's more of like a BE'Ef kind of.
Beef. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Like Shakespeare would write. Yes. Okay. Your
It
last
tastes
It's
meal.
like you're eating Shakespeare.
Come on, man. My main course was going to be Shakespeare. Now we've ruined it.
on the bright side, I'm eating enough beef for the both of us during this draft. So, but I appreciate, that's very heroic and admirable of you, Beck. Just because it's your last meal, it doesn't have to be Bessie the cow's last meal too. So, good looking out. Enjoy your beef.
Beef. All right. My salad now. I will take a note from Beck's choice, and I want to stay healthy for my salad, so I'm going to go with ambrosia salad as my salad.
Oh, mama, what a dark horse pick there. My goodness.
Yeah, that's right. Some mandarin oranges, some pineapple, some marshmallow, and some whipped cream.
Wow.
That is my salad for my last meal. Thank you very much. Vegetables stand aside.
What a clever play.
Now, do you put canned cherries into your ambrosia, or not?
I would like to. Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Beautiful. Nicely done. Beck, you stole mine. You sniped that choice for me, that taco salad, so I had to pivot real quick. And I'm going to go with a antipasto salad. So now, specifically, when we lived out in Poolsville, Maryland, there's a bar and restaurant called Cugini's, and I went there antipasto salad. It's delicious. Had some romaine lettuce, Roma tomatoes, black olives, onions, salami, provolone, all the good stuff, pepperoni, and that's the one I want. And I'll put some Italian dressing on it, But, is it main course time? I think it is.
It's main course time, my friend.
Oh. All right. Well, no frills on, well, it's got frills on it, but it's kind of a standard, a go-to, dependable surf and turf. Give me that big, thick butcher cut filet mignon. Give me that lobster tail. I'll take some buttery mashed potatoes right there. And also some roasted Brussels sprouts on the side as well. And you can dip it in that beautiful butter sauce and have a blast.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you get
sounds
side
delicious.
dishes? I
Oh, yes. I
assume?
mean, you got, like, I've got my mashed potatoes, I've got my Brussels sprouts and everything, and then, the lobster tail and steak,
Okay.
cooked
Sounds great.
medium rare. So,
We're not animals.
right. Neither is beef.
Now, where's the apostrophe in your steak?
Right between the grill marks and those tendons.
This is a very wait, no, it's not my choice. Never mind. Dwight goes
That's
next.
fine.
You caught yourself. That's good.
Yes, I'm very
my-
polite.
My main course is breakfast for dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch!
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, I want some blueberry pancakes. I want some over easy eggs. I want some very crisp bacon. And everything after that's cake. Some hash browns maybe. But those are the main things. I want a pancake or a French toast or a waffle. I want some eggs. I want some bacon. And you could talk me into a little side of biscuits and gravy with a white peppery gravy.
Ooh, yes.
I think that's the meal I'd like to go out on. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. I would eat breakfast all the time if I could, and I'd weigh 1,000 pounds.
Dwight's actually going to be able to take down the executioner because he's going to be on such a sugar high from the ambrosia, followed by the syrup from the pancakes and the dessert round yet to come. So,
well, this is the goal: that nothing they can lethally inject me with will kill me. If I get so much sugar and fat inside of me, I will become unkillable.
Brilliant. This is just the beginning of many more meals, not the last meal.
Just another strong endorsement of breakfast for dinner. It's also an inexpensive and delicious dinner. Like breakfast for dinner, I used to really be suspicious because I really thought eggs are not a main meal unless you're having them in the morning. But Crystal has really brought me around to breakfast for dinner is great. Great.
All right, Beck. It's all up to you now.
So I want everyone to remember the strong ethical choice I made for my taco salad, where I didn't want to have a beautiful animal butchered for my meal, because for my entree, I want the beef stew that my father made, that like when I was circa a freshman or sophomore in high school. That specific experience of having beef stew. I can't remember my dad making beef stew in when I was in middle school or elementary school. I'm sure he did. I really associate that as this is a food that my dad made during my high school years. And it's one of my favorite comforting dishes. I have many wonderful memories with beef stew, and alongside it, I want homemade bread, baked by my wife Crystal. So,
Nice. I mean, you had a lot more leeway from eating the artificial stuff in the previous round. You still went pretty safe. I thought you were going to be doing lamb chops or foie gras or something like that. But
veal.
that's respect. Yes, exactly.
well, we haven't gotten to dessert yet.
Right. That's when the monkey brains and octopus comes out.
A baby seal fin.
The cutest little fawn, the biggest eyes, just spit roast right over.
I also, with the beef stew, I would give anything for us to immediately cut to a picture of a giant can of Dinty Moore in Beck's dad's trash.
And Beck, you also get to kick off the final round, the dessert round.
Oh,
finish
yes.
strong.
Yeah. In the interests of trying to cheat the hangman, for my dessert, I want the most decadent thing I've ever eaten, which is a homemade cheesecake covered in a thick chocolate ganache that Crystal makes, and she can make it no more than once every 3 years, or it would kill me. And she makes it and sometimes insists we give part of it to other people, because
How dare she?
I can't just sit there and eat all of it while she weeps over on the side. But it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful.
She should be making it, giving you 2 slices, and then freezing it. So next month you can have 2 more slices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or she should be making it, and I eat the cheesecake, and then the next day she makes another one.
I see.
That works too.
And then by the end of the week, she gets my insurance money.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
All right, my dessert. This is very simple. In some form, I don't even care what form it is. I want peanut butter fudge covered in chocolate. An Easter peanut butter egg, peanut butter balls, Buckeyes, however you want to describe it. This is what I want. I want peanut butter fudge, super sweet peanut butter fudge covered in chocolate.
Simple but sweet.
Delicious.
Love it. I'm going
there
simple.
There are people who don't like chocolate and peanut butter, and I don't understand those people.
I don't like those people. So yeah.
Apparently peanut butter is a very American thing. Like Europeans don't love peanut butter like we do.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
They're lost.
Which is why we're better.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they're seeing coming here to the World Cup. Maybe they're trying some peanut butter and saying like, oh, wow, now I see what all the fuss is about. Hell yes.
I'm sure they saw that UFC fight on the White House lawn and were like, shit, we got to get some peanut butter.
This is what peanut butter is all about? Hell yes. Call it freedom butter here, baby. Speaking of freedom butter, I am also going to have a little freedom butter with my nostalgic dessert to round things out. Being that I'm on my way out of this world, might as well dive on into that world of lactose. And I haven't had one of these in so many years, but I'm going to go with a Blizzard, at the local dairy bar, it's called something else that I can't remember. It's like, I don't know, Winter Storm or something. But throw me in those peanut butter cups. Give me lots of them. Blend it up, baby. Make it thick. I'm going to devour that Winter Storm, and it's going to be great.
I like how you're dancing around the sponsors that we don't have.
So your local ice creamery, do you get this Winter Storm with vanilla ice cream or with chocolate ice cream?
Or
vanilla.
Peanut butter ice cream.
Okay. Or
peanut butter. That's solid. I go vanilla. I keep it simple, keep it pure, vanilla with the peanut butter cups. And give me those. They better be like borderline frozen peanut butter cups too. I mean, they'll get colder, but just firmer. I don't want them I want some crispness, some chunk when I bite into those. So, but yep, that's my final bite right there.
That sounds great. There's a local ice cream place here in Charleston called Crafts of the Coal. The Coal River runs through St. Albans. And they have now offered a Fluffernutter ice cream, which is just peanut butter ice cream with some marshmallow fluff running through it.
Ooh.
Dangerous. It's dangerous.
That sounds amazing. Know where I'm going next time. Well, it doesn't matter. I have lactose intolerant. Never mind. I know where I'm going before I die, right as I'm about to take my last breath. But yeah, nicely done, fellas. Beck, will you recap? Give us all your meal
let's
in
make
a
sure
row
we
there?
recap, everybody.
I have soup, lobster bisque, appetizer, jalapeno poppers made by my wife, salad, taco salad made by my wife with beef, entree, beef stew made by my father circa 1992, and 5, dessert, chocolate ganache covered cheesecake made by my wife.
I have chicken tortilla soup, specifically from Max and Irma's, buffalo wings as my appetizer, ambrosia salad for my salad, breakfast for dinner as my main course, and a peanut butter egg or peanut butter fudge balls as my dessert.
And I kicked things off with some pho, then went into some steak nachos. No bully beef in mine, but just beef. And then went with the antipasta salad, then some surf and turf, and then rounded things out with a peanut butter cup flurry. That's what it was. The flurry. That's what they called it. From the local dairy bar in Wheelersburg, Ohio. I think we're all going out happy.
Yeah, I can't believe we're all getting executed for that jaywalking.
Right. Welcome to this America.
And we're back, and we've decided to do a theme episode, I believe. I know you're all shocked. And it's a theme about something we all know very well, and that's prison. We've all done our hard time. We've all paid our debt to society.
Mhm.
But the other thing that this podcast does very well, we talk about food. We did that in the first segment. And now we're going to talk about movies and TV. That's what we're going to do in the second segment. Not to be too predictable. But I thought we'd maybe discuss the hottiest movie that features a prison. There just has to be a prison in it. It doesn't have to have, all the action doesn't have to take place in the prison, but it has to feature a prison.
Okay.
My answer for this is the 1996 classic, The Rock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Featuring Nick Cage and the late, great Sean Connery in probably what is the last great Sean Connery performance.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not familiar with The Rock, a group of ex-Marines steal some chemical weapons that they're about to fire on San Francisco as they protest the families of Secret Service members not getting benefits after their family members are killed in action, which, as I say it out loud, well, they've got a point. But they're holding San Francisco hostage from Alcatraz. So the FBI gets Nick Cage, who's a chemical weapons expert, but they need a guy who knows how to get into the Rock. So they pull out of storage the only guy who ever broke out of the Rock. And if you're not, guys, the Rock is Alcatraz. If you're already lost, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. So Sean Connery plays this guy named Mason, who is a former SAS officer, Special Air Services, and MI6 agent. Sound familiar? Okay. And he is in U.S. custody, having never stood trial, because he stole some mysterious microfilm in the mid-'60s. So, of course, Sean Connery and Nick Cage, they get to the Rock, save the day. But I love that there's an internet theory that says Sean Connery is playing James Bond in this movie.
That's awesome. I never thought about that, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
The dates match up. He was apparently captured in 1962 and escapes in 1963. And that lines up with the first, with Dr. No, when Dr. No was released. And he's recaptured about when Roger Moore takes over. So
yes,
it's a fun rewatch. Having thought about that, I want to share my favorite quote from The Rock. Sean Connery Mason says, "Are you ready for this?" Nick Cage, whose character's name is Stanley Goodspeed. I can't stress that enough. It's Stanley Goodspeed. He says, I'll do my best. And Mason says, "Your best? Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen."
Yeah. Do you think that's an ad lib of Connery's?
He doesn't even know he was being recorded. This is a conversation you have with Nick Cage. If you skip to the end of the movie, we find out that the microfilm has all of the classified information on the JFK assassination. This movie has everything.
Of course. Yes.
Beck, what is your hottiest prison movie?
Well, it's Goodfellas. Goodfellas has a sequence in the middle when they're all sent to the Huskow.
Sure.
And it's mostly a scene about the very elaborate way they prepare a meal in prison, which is which is amusing. Goodfellas is, of course, I'm a white man who was born in 1980, so I'm contractually obligated for Goodfellas to be one of my favorite films. I will watch it whenever it's on, and it's terrific, and it's what taught me that you have to when you're making your meal, you have to slice the garlic with a razor blade to get
Very
it so thin that it just basically dissolves in the pan. Which I didn't realize until I was like 35. Oh yeah, this is a joke about how shallow and weird these guys are.
But on the plus side, you get that up close shot of Paul Sorvino's meaty hands. Oh,
Oh, he's great in that movie. Just great. Yeah, it's
I'm
a
glad.
terrific film.
Yeah, as far as the us being born in '80 and having to like Goodfellas, I agree, and I'm super glad Pulp Fiction didn't have a prison scene because then one of us would have to pick that as well.
Yep.
Slice, what about you? What's your hottiest prison film?
Well, I'm happy that no one took the low-hanging fruit. I mean, excellent movies, but we didn't have Shawshank or Green Mile because it felt like someone was going to go with those. But I'm going to go with a 2017 well, I would call it's very grindhouse quality movie called Brawl in Cell Block 99. This was starring Vince Vaughn. It was a very gritty. Vince Vaughn was not playing a comic relief character in this movie. He was playing Bradley, who was formerly a professional boxer and then was driving a tow truck. And a movie opens up with Bradley getting laid off from his tow truck job. And yep. And, he goes home to find out his wife's been cheating on him. So then he like beats the crap out of her car and like rips the hood off the car with his bare hands. It's absurd. But anyways,
Can I ask?
Yes.
I assume the tow truck industry was going to be free and clear of layoffs. I assume
Well,
you would always need the guy to tow the car.
you would think, but well, yeah, good point. I was going to say maybe COVID, nobody was driving. So, but this was 2017. So no, it doesn't stand.
But think of the foresight the filmmaker had
Right.
to know COVID was
Exactly.
coming.
Yeah,
Maybe Vince Vaughn just had some behavior issues at work, and
True.
and they had to let him go.
That's the thing. His character is kind of problematic. It's like he is the type of guy you probably would have seen at the UFC 250. I don't know. Like he says some ignorant things in the movie, and it's like, oh, that's offensive, dude.
Vince
But
Vaughn
anyway.
also is Vince Vaughn himself is a guy you may have seen at UFC
Right.
250.
This is true. So art doesn't stray too far. But Bradley, don't call him Brad in the movie. He gets upset. He'll correct you. It's Bradley. He finds out his wife, played by Jennifer Carpenter, is cheating on him. They work it out. Anyways, he's jobless now, and he starts, doing what anybody would do after getting laid off from the tow truck industry, is running drugs. So he's, running drugs. Eventually, things are going well. He's making a lot of money doing this, but then he gets caught up with the cartel. There's a double cross. He ends up in prison. And he double crossed the cartel, and they don't like that. So they kidnap his pregnant wife, and then they bring in an abortionist from Korea. What? And tell him that this abortionist is going to do horrible things to the unborn baby unless he gets into this maximum security prison and kills this target for them, and is to settle this debt. And so he has to, and he right now, because he double-crossed the cartel and helped out the cops, they put him in like a minimum security, very basic prison. He's got to find a way to get enough trouble to get put into this horrible maximum security prison where the warden is none other than Don Johnson. So he's got to, right. He's got to work his way through this, do this horrible stuff to the guards and everything so that he gets, put into max security. And, I won't say much more than that, but it's action-packed, very gritty, very graphic. If you are squeamish, don't watch this. There's maybe some decapitations and other things, but nothing nothing happens to the baby. I'm just going to say that. So.
This show is a no judgment zone. But Slice, I'm judging you. This movie sounds bad, and you should feel bad for it.
I said this is a very grindhouse B. Yep.
It also just sounds, the way it's hitting everything. It sounds like it's AI generated fascist propaganda, like a righteous divorced man who, is a shitty person and terrible.
He's not divorced. They work it out.
He's a hero. You should identify with him.
I didn't say he was a hero.
Yeah, and his bitch wife is cheating on him because you know how women are, and like this is all ridiculous nonsense.
Slice, I don't have an issue with the movie other than I just deleted a file on my computer because I had an outline for a script that was very similar, but the cartel brings in an arborist to ruin the guy's lawn.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, my segment, which this week is the naughty. Boys, in keeping with our prison-themed episode, what is the naughtiest crime for which you are going to be sent to prison? Yes, that's right. Incarceration time. And for me, that crime, I desperately hope, that I'm sent to prison for for accepting bribes, not giving money to other people. I want money coming to me, or gifts or favors. I guess it doesn't have to be cash. Like if someone were to give me a yacht or an above ground swimming pool, or
aim for the stars,
right?
Yeah, exactly. For the stars, Beck.
Maybe some Applebee's gift cards.
A slip and slide.
Maybe an afternoon off work.
A 2024 Toyota Tercel. I don't know. Maybe.
An iPod Nano.
Slightly soiled shirt. Yeah. I think of myself as a relatively ethical guy at work, and obviously the views I express do not reflect those of me actually at work or my employer, but also like I've never had the opportunity to turn down a bribe. I don't know what I do. I do know what I do. If the bribe were big enough, I'd probably take it. And I'm interested in seeing how big that bribe could be.
Well, I want to know what the bribe is for. Is this for you to be hush hush money, or what are they bribing you for?
Oh, I think I think the reason is inconsequential. Slice, Dwight, you know me. I'm a powerful, influential man. Oh, yeah. I can exert control over many things. I'm really more interested in the specific bribe itself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As the late 20th century philosopher, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase said, everybody's got a price.
That's true.
It's
money,
true.
Money.
Yeah, and I'm guessing my price is going to be somewhere around a soiled shirt.
Or best offer.
OBO. This is a total sidebar, but years ago, I was living in Morgantown, West Virginia, and selling something on Craigslist. And this was something for like $15. I can't remember specifically what it was. And so I said the asking price was, I don't know, like $15 or $20 or best offer, or maybe more than that. And this lady, I remember her name was Imogene. So Imogene of Morgantown, you were terrible. She emailed me and said, "I'll give you $4 for this." And I emailed back and I said, thanks, but no thanks. And she sent me this very angry email back and said, "You said or best offer."
Well, did you have any better offers at the time?
Yeah, I'm Team Imogene on this one.
Yeah, you put it in there. OBO. That's her best.
Yeah. Yeah. In the time since then, I've learned I don't have to respond to everyone on the internet. I
That's
could have
right.
just ignored that email.
Ghost her.
If we teach you anything on this podcast, you don't have to respond to everything on the internet.
Nope.
You don't have to do it.
It's an uphill battle. You'll never get to the top.
Yes, very good. Dwight, what's your naughtiest crime for which you're being sent to prison?
I'd love to tell you, but I'd really like to hear Slices first.
Damn it. Slice, you're next. What's your naughtiest crime for which you're being sent to prison?
Well, this is tough, but I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to get together with a bunch of like-minded happy guys, we'll call them. Call them the happy guys. We'll get together, and we're going to rob rich people. And we're going to take that, and we're going to redistribute it to people who don't have as much. We might wear some green spandex. We might not. We're going to shoot some bow and arrows. We're going to fight the law, and we're going to have fun. But we're going to take from the rich and give to the poor, baby. That's what I'm going to do.
Are you going to
catch them when they're...
Are you going to be a sexy fox when you do it?
Maybe.
Like a real fuckable fox?
Mm-hmm. You know it. Going straight furry mode. I'm going to rob people in a furry suit with my happy guys.
Oh, God. So what you're telling me is as soon as I get my above ground pool fortune from my ill-gotten bribe money, you're going to sweep right in and take that, aren't you?
Bullseye
God
right on your
damn it.
back. Lay there on your floaty. Here I come, taking all those gift cards.
Yeah, I've been going to divinity school so I could be a friar, just for such a
Yes.
such a circumstance.
All right. Beck, are you going to be Little John?
Yeah, probably. A large bear with kind of a hepcat mid 20th century voice. That sounds like me. Yeah.
Nailed it. Perfect. This is going to be awesome.
Where I think pretty obviously here I'm Prince John.
Right.
So he's the lion that sucks his thumb. Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. The Nepo baby, but it's medieval England, so even the king really is only has like $4 because the economy in those days. Dwight, what's your naughtiest crime for which you're being sent to prison?
I'd like to make something up that's whimsical, like Slice did, but mine's going to be a road rage accident. I'm sure. It's gonna absolutely be a road rage accident. You guys know me. I've calmed down a lot in my older age. I feel like I let things slide a lot more than I used to. And when you almost die a couple times, that's what happens. You don't get bothered by things as much as you used to. But when I'm driving, oh my God, I can't stand dumb people. I flew into a rage. They opened a new Kroger marketplace near where I live. And so it's an entire new like strip mall area. So no one's driven it before. And I was just going to get gas over there. And 3 separate people stopped when they didn't have a stop sign to let me go where I was stopped at a stop sign. And I know these people are trying to be nice, but they can fucking rot in hell. You go. Follow the laws of traffic. Go. I'm waiting. I know what I'm supposed to do. Please do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, if I get cut off, I have this need in my soul to get off the exit that person gets off of, just so I can stare at them a little longer. Leanne has stopped me from doing this before. Thank God. And then to double, just people being shitty. After the stop sign incident on Friday, we went to, this is unrelated, but you can see where my mood was simmering and got me to this situation. We went to the Charleston Dirty Birds minor league baseball game on Friday because they were having a Mothman bobblehead giveaway.
Yes.
And me and Leanne both love Mothman. We got there a good 45 minutes before gates opened. The line was already around the stadium to get in. And they ran out. We were about, I'd say, 20 people short of getting one. But as we were going, we saw all these people walk in. It was advertised the first 1,000 people in the gates get a Mothman. But we saw a dozen people walk in and immediately walk out with up to 6 Mothmen.
What?
So I think they just bought more $7 tickets. Tickets were $7 to get the thing. And so for every ticket sold, they were giving away a Mothman. And I was already in a mood, so I was just yelling at people from the line as they crossed the street back to the parking lot. Just, are you proud of yourself? Look at you, fucko. I said fucko out loud, really,
Yes.
like real loud. Like, you gotta put those on eBay tonight? Or do I have to wait till tomorrow? Like, stuff like that. And I was ready to go. But then the crowd around me was on my side all of a sudden. So they started laughing and started like, get him. And yeah, so several people
the
like
mob cries out for justice.
Absolutely. And the people I was yelling at, all they could do was walk quicker away from me while holding up a middle finger.
Yeah.
Walk.
Yeah. Well,
at which point I said, fuck me, no, fuck you. Do you hear me? Fuck you. I said, I talked to all these people. We all agree. Fuck you.
The only reason these people couldn't flash you the double bird as they walked away was because their other arm was full of Mothman bobbleheads.
Full of it. Then I spent the next 2 hours walking around a packed minor league baseball park yelling, cash for a Mothman! Cash for a Mothman! No takers. No takers.
Oh, man, I just went on eBay and I've
$150.
199 from Carmona Dragon over in South Point. Jerk.
While
Coming
we
to
were
South-
still in line, before the gates opened, it was on eBay for $150.
God. Ugh.
Wow.
The worst.
What they need to do is integrate Mothman bobblehead night with Bat night. Then you've got something going on. That's an event.
Oh, this asshole's got it for $215 and won't even, and he's even charging for shipping. What a jerk. At $215, you at least include free shipping. Come on. $7 Mothman bobblehead, you piece of shit.
We'll wait.
Ugh.
We'll wait a couple months. All those prices will come down.
Oh, yeah.
And if the team is smart, they'll just stop, or they'll start selling them in the gift shop.
Yeah. Yep. That's a cash cow right there.
Yeah. I assume getting the design made is the expensive part.
It's a sweet design. I was wondering, I figured you and Leanne were probably going to go. If I'd have known, well, I had rehearsals, so I couldn't have gone anyways, but man, those look good.
But yeah, I would hit somebody with my car. That's the answer to the question. That's it for our show. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
We hope you have a great week.
Thanks for listening. We love you.
Thank you for listening. This has been Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories and constant disappointments, as hosted by Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe. Editing and production by Michael Sullivan. Our theme is Handel's Entrance of the Queen of Sheba for Two Oboes, Strings, and Continuo Allegro, as performed by the Advent Chamber Orchestra. Crystal Howe speaking.